One, two, three.
Well, Boyland, my earliest memory was Jack Grayson, who had actually established Boyland. He had been a policeman in Fort Smith, and he said that his earliest childhood memories and the one thing in life that he remembered more than anything was the day a jail door was slammed in his face when he was a teenager. Made such an impression on him that he vowed to help other young men and see what he could do to spare them the problems that he had had. And he was a one-man band. He started with just a few boys and kept accepting more and more. The way we got by financially was the many civic organizations would contribute. Some of the businesses I remember very well at Kimball Soup provided a lot of canned goods. We raised some beef cattle up there, so we were able to have beef for the boys. Jack Graysinger would take these boys out, and especially in the Christmas holidays, and they would come to business places and sing Christmas carols. Jack always left with a check in his hand for those boys. There were these three organizations. We all had similar missions, maybe went about them a little bit different, but everybody was struggling. And we began conversations with each other and began having some joint meetings to discuss the possibility of joining these organizations together as one outfit. We merged all three of the organizations and brought them all, everybody was under Boyland, and then we simply amended the name and redid the bylaws at that point and came up with Youth Bridge.
You know, back then, Youth Bridge was a much smaller organization than it is now. It was in a building where the men's and women's were all in one house on Stone Street. And we had a little dilapidated office building and only had about 40 employees. And we've been able to grow from working with only a couple hundred kids up to about 3,000 kids in a year. The state at that point in time and still to this day basically kicks the kids out when they're 18 and doesn't support them, the foster care kids. We saw that with a lot of kids from our shelter that needed something to go past being in the shelter, and so we decided to write for transitional living programs.
Since I've been out of the program, I've been able to maintain an apartment and have the stability through the skills that I developed to accomplish the goals that I wanted to in life. I've gone back to college. I am working on obtaining the degree to better myself and bring my life to the next level.
It's good that we've got Youth Bridge there. You know, I just can't hardly imagine where we would be without it, to be honest with you. I guess we just have to build another jail. And where would that get us?
I had finally gotten the stability I needed to finally get my life on track. I had gotten into college. I'm starting part-time work. Getting an income. However, if Youth Bridge had disappeared, like say tomorrow, and all of that would come crashing down.
And we are very thankful to have wonderful providers like Youth Bridge under the leadership of Scott Linebaugh that's providing wonderful service day in and day out. The staff and those individuals who I admire greatly for getting up every day, going to work, and dealing with some very, very difficult and oftentimes emotional issues. And I just want to take this opportunity to congratulate you on 50 years of service, 50 years of helping our young people, and the tremendous work that you've done throughout the years.